Hi, folks. Yesterday I had my first AP class, and I just wanted to give you a couple of reflections on it. Um, I had told my kids, and we had actually kind of tried to run a team meeting in class one day with everyone on their phones, just in case something like this occurred. And so everybody was familiar with um, how to get into Microsoft Teams meeting, which is not the same as Zoom. Zoom's another program that does meetings. And so, because I knew my students knew how to do it, I figured I would start my first meeting with that before switching to Zoom. And I have to say that I was impressed with it, and I just want to show you how it works. What impressed me was is that I recorded the meeting, and when I was done recording the meeting, it automatically uploaded the video back to Teams, so that kids who are working for essential services and such had the opportunity to come in after work and sit and not miss the class. I didn't have to upload it to YouTube or anything of the sort. The actual class, the video just appeared in the Teams stream, and it was very handy. Now, caveat emptor here. I've run into some bugs, and I just want to share them with you. If I go through Chrome and I go through Atlantic School District East, as I've shown you many times how to get into Teams, what you'll notice here, what I've noticed, is that if it's my first log on and I go to my meeting, it will pop right up without question. But then sometimes if I go back, it'll say, "Oh, I can't access your webcam." Now with the app, I've never had that problem, and so I'm just showing you that if that happens, every time I reboot the computer, it seems to work flawlessly. So if you're about to go on and give a class, I suggest that before you do, you reboot your computer from scratch if you're going through the district website. If you've got the app for Teams installed, I've never had a problem with it yet, but I wanted you to know that. This is the icon here that says Meet Now. And by the way, I'm in a demo class that I set up. You might come to this screen here and pick the class you're going to meet with, but I'm just going to go straight back to that demo class. And you'll notice that it says Meet Now, a little camera icon down here at the bottom. Next to that is Zoom, because I installed Zoom as an add-on into Microsoft Teams, but I do know that when I did that, I absolutely needed my tadmin password. But this Meet Now, which is Microsoft Teams meeting, is automatically installed. You don't need to do anything. It's there by default. If I click that, and you see exactly my issue, I haven't rebooted and my camera's turned off, and I've gone through here and tried to configure it. It won't come back on. So if I close that and I go straight to the Teams app, I'll bet you that it will work It will work flawlessly. Now, if you're trying to do that, then just reboot your computer and go through the website, and it seems to work just fine. But do that reboot, save yourself the aggravation. So here it says, do you want to add a subject? And I'm going to go, yeah, meeting number 2 or class 2. And so you'll notice that my video is on, and it says Meet Now. In the other one, when it says on, it says off, and I try to click on it, just says we can't access your camera. A little error message pops up. I've done it many times. But once I reboot, there it was. But the app seems to work flawlessly each time. Now, when I click this Meet Now, what's going to happen is when the kids come into Teams, there's going to be a post at the very bottom of the post, and it's going to say, there's a meeting going on, join, and then the kids click join and they pop in, and away you go. So I'm just going to click Meet Now. Now there's no one that's going to join us for this meeting. It's just going to be a meeting again of one. And you can see here are my students. Now I can send an invite, but I've already arranged with my kids through email to say, be here at such and such a time right now. And for those that can't, it's okay, because I'm going to record it. And so if you go here, and let's say you'll see here under More Actions, you'll see Start Recording. And so I'm going to record this. So I'm going to start recording. You'll see a little icon that will come up, recording pin. Oh, there we go. And then it will start. And it says, at this point, it says, you should let everyone know that you're recording, so they realize that if they type something in the chat or if they say it, that it's going to be recorded. So, but again, it's going to be posted in your team and your team only, to my knowledge. And so I will dismiss that. And there we are, and now we're recording and our meeting's going on. You'll notice that there's a share screen and it will pop up and it will show the things that are open. There's a whiteboard. If I have PowerPoints that I've shown before, if I have a browser open, it will allow me to share that. I can include system audio, and what that means is that, let's say that I want to show them a YouTube clip in class. If I click that on, then they will hear it. And the reason that's important is because I did one yesterday and they couldn't hear it because I hadn't clicked that. You also may see a little bar at the top of the screen show up that says share audio, and you can click that down and share audio. Experiment with it. It works quite well, and then the kids can hear it. Over here there is a chat window, and so this is actually what I did is I got everybody to mute their microphones, and then as the discussion was going on, the kids had questions and they began writing them in here and they were popping up, and then I could address the questions. If everybody has their microphone open, you're going to get a lot of background noise and it's going to be very difficult for the kids to hear you. So just like in our staff meeting the other day, mute all the microphones, and then they or you can unmute themselves and ask a question if you want to do it that way, or you can ask a specific child to speak, and it's all good, presuming they have a microphone. Or they can just simply type in questions as they were going. I have to say it worked well. When I asked what was your experience, and they posted nothing but positives in the post chat afterwards. So I was really pleased. What I've done is I'm sending out a pre-class email in the morning and saying, you get a couple minutes, look over these concepts, because this is what we're going to talk about, and just kind of prime them so that when we actually go through it, it's more of a review than necessarily teaching, and the questions are much better. I really felt that worked nicely. One of the things that the kids almost unanimously said was that if they had access to a laptop or a desktop, their experience was a little bit better than on their phone, and the reason is because when I was sharing, let's say, a PowerPoint, many, not all, but many of the kids during the PowerPoint couldn't see me. They could only see the PowerPoint, whereas all of the kids that were on laptops or desktop could see the PowerPoint and me, and as I talk with my hands. Otherwise you're talking with your mouse, which is also a little frustrating. But it was just a little bit better experience. I had one student that was a little concerned about the audio quality. I asked her to use a set of headphones. That seemed to improve things a bit. Otherwise, it was generally well done. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to stop this recording, pause it. I'm going to try to stop this recording. Oh, no, I don't want that. I'm going to stop. Oh, there it is. Stop recording. So I'll hit stop recording. And now you see it says recording is being saved. Once the recording is processed and saved in Microsoft Stream, it will be added to the meeting chat. Now it's interesting. It's going to put this right in the posts, so a kid can come in later and click it and watch the class. What's also interesting is that if they're on a desktop, they can watch it in Microsoft Stream. What I found kind of almost disconcerting there was when they watch it in Stream, it gives down the side a transcription. It transcribes my voice into text. And so if the kids, they can copy and paste that. Was it 100%? No. But it was pretty darn good. I read through the transcript. It looked fairly good. And it can, like anything that's streamed, they can go backwards and forwards and review whatever it is they want and ask questions again in the post sections of Teams. Okay, so I'm going to now stop this meeting. Hang up. It's leaving. And you'll see here that here it is. It's class 2 started, class 2 ended. It was 5 minutes and 30 seconds long, and the recording has stopped, and it's saving recording to Microsoft Stream. And so I'm going to say the quality of this was very good. I don't need to give feedback right now. And what will happen is it's processing this, and in a fairly short amount of time, this will pop up with a little icon that says watch, and when you click that, the kids will be able to log straight in and watch it. It takes a couple of minutes. The longer the class, the longer it takes to appear. In my experience, it took about 3 or 4 minutes. That's it. It was pretty straightforward, pretty easy. Just wanted to put that out there for you. Good luck with all this, ladies and gentlemen. And as always, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to pop me a note. I'll do my best. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.